Today, we're going to learn the difference between poison ivy and Virginia creeper. Do I need to be scared about going into the woods? What if I touch it? What's this hairy vine growing up this tree? It almost looks like it has a beard. How many leaves? I see 3. Should we touch it? Probably not. Leaves of 3, let it be. This right here is poison ivy. You can see the 3 leaves coming off of the single stem. This down here is Virginia creeper. Virginia creeper with 5 leaves, poison ivy with 3 leaves. That's poison ivy growing up the tree. You can tell by the hairs hanging off the vine. Are they really hairs? No, it's not a mammal. It's a plant. They just look like hairs. Virginia creeper's vine isn't hairy. Look. There are tendrils that stick out from time to time to hold on to things, but those aren't quite like we saw on the other plant. So, you can get poison ivy. Some people are more allergic than others. Some people aren't even allergic at all. Lucky ducks. I get it. Last year I had it probably 30 times. So far this year, it's now middle of April, and I've had it 5 times. 5. Oh no, I was walking through the woods. I got poison ivy all over myself. Am I going to get a rash now? Is it gonna itch? How terrible will it be? I just got poison ivy on me. What am I gonna do? Do I have some time to wash it off? Do I need to run home and do it right after I get touched? Or is it okay for it to be on me for a little while before it's a problem? You could get a rash. It lasts usually around 7 to 10 days. It's not the end of the world. It will go away. Typically you have between 4 to 6 hours to wash off the oil. If you wait much longer than that, you have a much higher chance of getting the rash. Now, like I said, the rash isn't the end of the world to get. Yeah, it itches, and yes, you'll find some bumps on your skin, but it does go away. It just takes about a week, little over a week. I've found that it's best when you know that you've come in contact with poison ivy to make sure you wash it off with cold or cool water and good soap. Just washing yourself like you normally would with cool or cold water will prevent your pores from opening up. They'll constrict, and the soap will wash away the oil. Now, if you use warm or hot water, that typically opens our pores, which allows that oil to seep on through the skin, and then we have that problematic rash that we've been talking about. The part of poison ivy that makes us itch are the oils that are found on the tissue. We can get the oils from both the vines as they climb up trees and the leaves. It's something that happens year-round. I know from personal experience. So how do you prevent getting poison ivy? Well, first off, the easiest one was avoid touching it. Well, that's not always possible, is it? Sometimes we don't even notice that we touch it. Like some of the ways that I get it. My dog, Tara, loves to play in the forest just like me. Can my dog get poison ivy? She'll brush up against it, and since dogs don't get poison ivy, she then transfers that oil to me when I'm petting her. Oh no, I tripped and I touched this. Do I have to worry about getting poison ivy? When you look at the vine from the Virginia creeper, you can see it doesn't have the hairs that the poison ivy has. But remember, they're not actually hairs. They just look like it. Leaves of 3, let it be. With them next to each other, it's easier to tell the difference. When you look at the shapes and the way that the poison ivy forms itself, you look at the shape of these leaves. Poison ivy with 3 leaves. Virginia creeper with 5 leaves. Poison ivy with 3 leaves. Virginia creeper with 5 leaves. Deer will actually eat poison ivy. Eat it. Would you want to eat it? Not me. And they don't get the rash. Tara and I had a great time with you today walking through the forest. I hope you enjoyed it too, and that you learned a little bit more about how to tell the difference between poison ivy and Virginia creeper. Remember, one of them is something that'll cause a rash for us, whereas the other one, not so much. They look similar, but not the same. Remember, 3 leaves on poison ivy. Virginia creeper with 5 leaves? Get outside and explore.